Michael Brown. I'm actually a financial coach at Northeast Wisconsin Technical College. I actually work through a grant from the Goodwill Financial Information and Service Center as a financial counselor. I meet with students and clients in regards to their personal finances, credit card debt, home foreclosures, prevention, bankruptcy, and those sorts of things. I think the reason that I'm on this panel is a lot of individuals that start off with personal finances lose a job or have a change in career and look to go into a small business or start a business of their own. However, their personal financial record doesn't show any stability, so we start working on that first in order to establish that first initial business loan or personal loan or credit card that gets the company started. Most loan agencies are going to ask for that personal guarantee unless you have an established business with a business history of loans and paying back those loans. So when you're looking at a personal credit card, for me, when they look at credit scores and credit reports, I call those like your own personal, it's your reputation. So what is your reputation? When you talk about borrowing from friends or family members, what's your reputation with them? Will they loan you the money? Same thing with your bank. If you have a bad relationship with the bank, are they going to loan or lend you that money? Credit cards, if you haven't paid them in the past and you're starting a business, do you care more about that business or about yourself? So what I like for people to do is to start with their own personal finances and get them together. If you have a credit card where there is an outstanding balance and you've got just a little bit left over, it's going to be just like gambling. If you take that, I've got $1,000 left on this before I max out that credit card, I'm going to use that and then make up the money and pay it back later. A lot of times I blame Popeye the cartoon, that whole "I will gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today." That whole thing, if you don't fix habits, your own personal habits, when you start your own business, those personal habits will show their ugly heads right away. So using your own personal credit card it's a very, it works once in a while. Lottery tickets work out once in a while. Very similar. It's not something I would recommend based on Ryan's wins. I'm sure he doesn't recommend it as well, Laura. It's not something we would recommend that you do. You want to take care of your personal finances because, you know, when you say 80-something% of businesses fail in that first year, you're still you. You still have to go on with your own personal credit. That doesn't go away. You know, some people say the bankruptcy is the cure-all. However, it makes things more expensive afterwards. It's not just a reset button where you get to just start over. It takes a lot to dig out of a bankruptcy. So I definitely recommend keeping those two things separate. Working for Chase Bank when we were doing the business loans, the idea was to try your best is to keep those two things separate. And I don't get into legal or attorney issues, but when you're looking at a loan and if it's a business-related loan and you've used some of that loan for personal issues or vice versa, use some personal credit cards for business issues, once you start commingling those things, then it's tough to draw that line and use that LLC protection because you've commingled the funds. So I definitely recommend keeping those two things separate if possible.